Hello everyone, in this tutorial, I'll show you how to create a smooth transition effect using Adobe Premiere Pro. In this example, I already have several clips placed on the timeline with simple cuts between them. We'll start from those cuts and build the transition from there. Instead of adding effects directly to the end of each clip, I'm going to use an adjustment layer. Go to the project panel here, select File, New Adjustment Layer. This creates a blank adjustment layer that you can place above the clips and use to apply effects across both sides of a cut. Drag the adjustment layer above the clips and trim it so it spans just a few frames from each side of the cut. So I'll just drag it here, trim it a little bit from each side, then add a second adjustment layer directly on top of it. I'll trim it again. So I now have a two adjustment layer positioned over the cut. Next, take the first adjustment layer and trim its left edge so it starts exactly at the cut. If snapping is enabled, it should lock perfectly into place. With both adjustment layers ready, we'll begin setting up the zoom effect on the first one. So next is to go to the effects panel here. Then drag the first adjustment layer on the left side because this will be the one where the zoom out effect will take in. Then type replicate here. As you can see, this effect can be found in video effects under the stylize, then replicate. So after that, we will just drag the replicate onto this half adjustment layer here. Then we will go open the effect controls tab here and increase the replicate count to 3. So as you can see, it replicates it. This creates a grid where we'll eventually zoom into in the center frame. However, the edges are still sharp, so we need to smooth them out. To do this, add mirror effect from the video. So we'll just search mirror, then drag it onto the first adjustment layer here. So as you can see, there are two options here, reflection center and reflection angle. So we'll just change this left side here on the reflection center and drag it until we can see this line here at the right side. So there. After that, we will add another mirror effect onto the first adjustment layer. Change the reflection angle to 90 and drag the right side here until you can see the line anymore on the preview video. So I'll just drag it like this. And that's it. Next, I'll just add another mirror effect here. Change the reflection angle to -90. And we will adjust the x-axis here until we can see the lines here. So there. Lastly, we'll add another mirror effect. We'll change the refraction angle to 180 and change the x position so now we have a perfect tile here. With the first adjustment layer complete, we can now create the actual zoom using the second adjustment layer. Go to the effects panel here, type the transform layer, transform effect. Transform effect is under the video effects and the distort folder. Just drag it onto the second adjustment layer. This effect will allow us to combine zooming with smooth motion blur. So after adding the transform effect, go to the effect controls here and uncheck this use composition's shutter angle. Change the shutter angle between 180 to 360. So we'll just do 250. Then find the scale here. Drag this onto the beginning of the adjustment layer. Click this timer here, or toggle animation. Then change this to 300. Then go to the end of the adjustment layer and change the scale to 100. So let's see. So as you can see, there is the zooming out effect here. But we can adjust the zooming out for a more smoother transition by adjusting the velocity here. Click this drop down bar here, then go here. You can just adjust it by right clicking here, ease out, then ease in. See, it's much more smoother. Once you're happy with the result, you can copy paste both adjustment layer and paste them onto each other cuts in your timeline. Just make sure to paste them both onto the correct tracks and align them with each cut. This lets you reuse the same smooth zoom transition throughout your projects.